Tyrion is currently being bombarded. It is at 13% devastation. Fortunately for Jeff, it only has 3 population right now. But if it keeps being bombarded, eventually they will lose all their population and then they will lose the planet.
That's not good.
Jeff has enough ships, he may actually be able to stop this, but he doesn't seem to be doing anything about it.
Maybe he doesn't care.
He might not. Jeff may not care at all. If you guys are enjoying the event today, we are back with more Stellaris multiplayer events. We are your new hosts, at least for this portion of the day.
We look and sound a bit different.
Yeah, we do look and sound a bit different. Yeah, that's true. Just a little bit. Not much.
Got to figure out where we are in the universe now.
Support Jeff. Of course we support Jeff.
Shouldn't
Not
everybody?
supporting Jeff is heresy, right? Fine, let's check up on Jeff first.
Obviously.
Jeff, the most important one.
It's the only way it was going to go, let's be honest.
Yes.
Let's have a look. Jeff.
Let's see how Jeff is doing.
They've got a mega structure.
Jeff seems to be doing okay. Let's check out what their relation status is. They are in a defensive pact with the Abusian Coalition, which is, I believe, a player empire. No, actually, it is not.
No, that's another AI. Yep.
They have a lot of casus bellis on everyone. Ideology and subjugation. I wonder if Jeff is going to become a problem for the players. Jeff looks really handsome. Jeff is the most handsome.
I was gonna say, who's nearby to Jeff for it to become a problem for them? Let's see.
That's a good question.
So
we have Vassal Alpha.
Yeah,
and the Eternal that are a couple of AI groups or a couple of empires away.
Yeah.
I guess at
Eternal's
that point,
to the east.
At that point, it depends on whether or not Jeff decides to vassalize the AI before the players vassalize the AI.
Also, the Second Chance is about the same distance, but to the west, which is another player empire. So there's an interesting collection of potential players that they could be problematic for, if that's what we're looking for.
Man, these teams are very far away from each other. They have a lot of room to grow right now. Looking at Team 6, up at the top, they have a lot of power right now. And from what I was told, the reason why is because they have come into possession of a Titan. At least that's what I was told. Let's see here.
Will do soon. I can't remember what the...
Yeah, either they already have it or they were going to have it.
Let's have a look at the...
No, I guess they don't currently. Not that I can see.
Oh, they do. Not a pirate ship. They've got the Titan. Yeah, they've got it. If you look in the fleet
pirate
manager.
Ship.
Yeah.
Look at that damage. Also with dark matter technology and regenerative hull tissues, that is going to be a very, very powerful asset to them in conquering other empires.
Especially having one this early on.
Although they are currently over their starbase capacity, which is causing them some issues, but they have such a huge income lead right now. They're having monthly trade. What are they selling right now?
Let's have a look.
No, they're buying. They're buying a lot of resources right now.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I see. Wow, they're making a lot of energy.
I was going to say, are they buying all that with energy every month?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and the longer they buy it, the worse the trade is going to get.
Yeah.
Unless you keep the amount to a nominal low amount, it shouldn't be too bad.
That's crazy. They're buying 25 consumer goods and they're still in a deficit.
Now, where are their star bases and why do they have those? What are their star bases doing?
They do seem... I can see the ones like in Ravak and the prison system. They make sense because they're on a border. And
it looks like they skipped a few jumps on their left in order to get to Sigma Draconis. Because there is a habitable world for them.
Oh, yeah.
Who are they bordering right now? The War Tours
They've
cult.
literally just come up, yeah, against the War Toys cult. War Toys? Like
Ooh.
tortoise?
Well, I think it's because of they are a turtle empire. Yes, yes, they
Yeah.
are. They're
Yeah.
like the snapping turtle.
Yeah. I mean, but they've got a lot of space as well, except for obviously against the cult on their right side. But other than
Yes,
that, they've got a lot of space to go into.
that's very true. Yeah, they have two major avenues on their
What
left
is
side
going on?
border to expand south and to the west.
I've seen something interesting, and it confuses me, and I'd
And what is
appreciate
that?
your input. So the rambling root hive
Okay.
team, they team 2, I think. They seem to have no fleet power.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I'm not
I
quite
also
sure
can't
what's going
find
on
them.
there. Now, to be fair, in my own playthroughs, normally at the start of the
Oh,
game,
there
I
they
will
are.
go a significant distance without having much of any fleet power. They probably did. I usually do, which is I will change my fleet designer to have empty ships so then I could get excess alloys at the start of the game. And that is exactly what they
Yeah.
did.
I was gonna say they do have 2 fleets, so that looks like that's what they've done.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here.
They've got a lot of space to go into as well, let's be honest.
Now, the problem is that if you do this strategy and you come up against an AI relatively early,
They look quite
uh,
appealing to attack.
yes, the AI will take advantage of that. The AI is much smarter now. Let's see,
Yeah.
who are they bordering up against?
So they're bordering against the Forsaken.
They are bordering up against a fanatic authoritarian spiritualist. Having no army right now
That
is
doesn't
not a very
sound
good
good.
idea.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
That's a good way to get yourself vassalized rather than being the one doing the vassalizing.
Maybe that's their plan.
I'd like to take a look at Team 1 right now. They have the second highest fleet power. And let's see if they have any claims. They have no claims on their neighbors, so I don't know if they're actually going to go for any territory gain. But they could possibly go to try and vassalize.
They
Let's
have
see
gone
what the
as big as
strength
they
is.
can. They don't have anywhere else to go, the Undecided Dwellers.
You're
They've
right. They are.
capped out their
They're
space.
currently being body blocked in an
Yep.
unfortunate position right here. The only access they have to the outside is through possible enemy territory and an L gate, which nobody is ready to open right now.
We hope.
The HHH is at war right now? They certainly are. Let's see here.
Where have we got that? I didn't even know we had the Triple H in here.
Here we are.
Where are
They are in a war. I apologize. Let me turn that off.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I see them. I see them.
Okay.
Ooh, where are we? Who are they fighting?
There's a battle going on. Oh,
Yeah.
they have a Federation fleet. The HHH is in a Federation with the
sounds like the
Commissars
Triple
and
H.
the Regunes.
United
All
Sphere.
right. 29 ships. That is a significant amount of fleet power. 3.9.
It doesn't look
total.
like they're doing so well, though.
In the war?
Yeah.
They do have less war exhaustion than the AI. I mean, than their opposition does, and it seems that they are actually they are doing better. They have taken over a majority of the Reshethi organism. Question is, what is the
What are their
Reshethi
war
organism
goals?
right now? They are just a simple hive mind. They're an empath. I'm actually surprised that the AI went to war with them.
Maybe they don't like him.
It could be, but they're not going for any. It doesn't seem like they're going for a vassalization war.
Yeah, what are their war goals?
I can't actually see that. It's not showing up for me.
Let me have a look.
Let's see if they have any claims. They do have a claim. They have a claim on the
demanding surrender. Make subsidiary. Subjugation
Oh.
war.
Ah, I see. That would make a
That
lot of sense. The
that also sounds
HHH
like
being a
Triple H, yeah.
corporation, the HHH being a corporation wants as many subsidiaries as possible, so that actually
Yep.
makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And with their federation to back them up, they'll be able to do that fairly easily. What is this? There's a mega structure here in the AI territory. The Brugan Star has a ruined mega shipyard. Who is the closest player
Ooh.
to this?
Planetary invasion. It looks. Do you know what they might? If they
There's
can hold
nobody
out long enough,
nearby.
they might be able to subjugate this Rishethi, you know.
I don't know about you, but every time I play, about every so often, whenever I meet a new empire, I will do a an I Spy of megastructures and try to find
Why
as
does that
many as I
impact
could
who you go
possibly
to
take.
war with?
That's a huge factor in who I go to war with
Yeah.
because megastructures are incredibly powerful structures. They make or break an empire when it comes to end game content, or at least for me it does.
I've
Especially
never
whenever I
managed to
try those
create
25
one.
times crisis runs, having
That makes
megastructures
sense.
makes your empire capable of actually performing those.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say I've never made it to having one. Well, I've had them, but I've never like fixed them.
Yes, the Team 6 does have a megastructure, but the megastructure they have is tied to their origin. Their
Yeah, makes
origin
sense.
is the slingshot to the star, which means that they have a ruined quantum catapult inside their territory.
I believe it's now been renamed as the Jeffapult.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It is the Jeffapult now. But look at how beautiful this thing is.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. It looks incredible.
That's really cool.
I'm trying to remember. Do you remember what the control hotkey is in order to hide the UI? Is it Control F9? I don't want to accidentally press something and then screw it up. I'm fairly certain it's Control F9.
Just don't Alt F4 and we'll be fine.
That's true. That's true. But look at that. Look at how
Control-
cool that is.
Wait.
For it to be completed.
Team 6 are at war. Halt.
Team 6 is at war.
Alert.
With the War Toys cult. I'm assuming they've probably been at war before. The War Toys cult does not have a whole lot to their name. They are considered pathetic by comparison. Now,
Ooh.
granted, Team 6 currently has a Titan, and that's pretty much all they need to send in, which is exactly
I'm pretty
what
sure
they're
that
doing.
is what they're doing, yeah.
They're sending in simply they're not a pirate ship and is going to absolutely destroy the War Toys cult.
Yeah.
But what kind of war are they going for?
Let me have a look. I will give you the information because I was able to see it last time. A vassalization war.
Vassalization war. Okay. Now the question is, are they going to keep them as a vassal or are they going to try to integrate them? Now
Which
with the new
would be better?
Well, it depends on what kind of playstyle you're going for. Personally, in the past, I have always integrated. Usually that was the best option if you were able to actually integrate their society. But now with the Overlord expansion, there are many paths that they could take with simply vassalizing them and making them a specialized vassal. But what would be the best for them? Right now, they are not near any other player, so they wouldn't necessarily do a bulwark. At least I wouldn't think that a bulwark would be the best choice. They would probably do something more along either science or resources.
Oh, they've brought in their other fleet. Their 3K additional fleet is also here.
Sure
That's
enough.
surprising.
Not that they needed it.
I know.
But,
I was like, what did they just? Was it going too slowly for them?
Maybe. Looks like the War Toys cult didn't even have any defensive. Well, no, that's too late. That's already been taken. I actually can't look at that. Is that their only system?
Chat's telling me that they have gone to war with these people before, and they've already taken some territory from them.
Well, the War Toys cult only has a single planet right now. So now that they have invaded their, what probably is not even their homeworld.
Do they have it claimed?
Claimed or no claim. They do have Delora claimed, which is probably because it has a possible habitable world. But all they have to do now is just shift command their fleet to take the rest of their systems, and the war is over.
Yeah.
The war toys got de-shelled earlier. Oh, that's very true.
I
Oh man.
appreciate puns. I don't know about
I
you.
love puns. The
Good, I'm
worse the
glad.
better, right?
Yep.
Look at that. All right.
Oh, they took their main homeworld in the last war. So they're not doing so well at all. I mean, the AI.
Let's check out Team 3. We haven't taken a look at Team 3 yet. What is Team
Let's
3
see
up
Team
to
3.
right now?
I thought we
You
did
know, I
take a look
actually
at Team
haven't
3.
even seen what ascension perks people have taken. By the
That's
way,
a good point.
So for those of you who are still joining us, we are trying to catch up in the game, taking a look at all the players, seeing what they're up to, what they might be up to, and what they've done in the past, which we can't really tell unless you guys tell us. All the players have a public goal where they are trying to create a galactic network of jump gates that they can all participate in. But they also have secret goals, which
The
not
space
only we
railway.
not even we know. In fact,
That's
the
true.
players didn't even know until moments before the event, so they couldn't have prepared for it. Now we have been asked to get a Jeff update.
Yep.
So let's go
It's
over
only
to
fair.
Jeff, the Ethical Finance Fund, which which spells out Jeff, which I was
Jeff
told
is
not
Jeff.
too long ago. Jeff is Jeff. Forgive me. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I forgot where Jeff was.
At the bottom.
Let's see here. Jeff is currently just kind of sitting there, chilling.
Carrying on.
He hasn't made any particular moves. I wonder if he has any claims.
I think
He
he's
can't
trying
really
to
do a
lull
whole lot.
everybody into a false sense of security.
He does have a mega structure. What is this mega structure? Where? Let's see here. Jeff has the Ruined Sentry Array, which will let him pretty much spy on the entire galaxy. I wonder how long he'll be able to hold on to it. It is in the backyard of his territory. It's going to take a long time for any other player or AI to get to that point.
As a quick update as well, the war with Team 6, I think they're 3 systems away from having their entire empire seized.
That's true. They are incredibly close to being able to achieve their war goals. As of right now, it's simply just demanding surrender, or at least that's weird. I only see the demanding surrender. It's not actually telling me what their war points are. So they only have 3 more systems in order to complete their war.
It would appear that way. They've got their Titan up there, so I presume that's the one that's going to be going into those 3 systems.
Hold on. Oh, that's right. So I was going to mention this. So the new start, one of the new origins that we have here, being the Slingshot Stars, also has under its benefits, other than just having access to the Ruined Quantum Catapult, they also have a bonus where new star bases built in remote systems cost 75% less influence. Now, to clarify, the penalty applied costs 75% less. So naturally, or normally, what would happen is that, let's say your average cost, now this is not normally average, let's say it was 50 in order for you to expand 1 star system away from your territory.
Is this influence we're discussing?
Influence, yes.
Yeah.
It would be 50 influence, let's just say as a rough number. It would be 50 influence to expand 1 system away. But if you skipped that, the courier entrance embraces cybernetics. The transport guild are becoming robotic.
The one we're currently looking at, conveniently.
Interesting. So back to the influence. It would cost you, let's say, 50 influence to go 1 system away, but 100 to skip. Normally, it would just cost you the amount that it would take per system. So this would be 50, this would be 100, this would be 150. But
further away, the harder it is. Yep.
The further away, the more it costs. It would be better to do them 1 at a time. But with the Slingshot to the Stars, their penalty is reduced, so they can actually skip systems without a huge penalty. So instead of going 1 after another, they could just go for the ones that they want.
And
on top of that, yes, well, they could fill in the gaps. Right now, they really don't have to. And not filling in the gaps actually helps their empire sprawl. The fact that they have 24 empire sprawl from systems isn't necessarily the worst, but it does help out with making sure that your modifiers aren't insanely expensive. Because as of right now, they already have a 20% increased tech cost. and a 40% increase to their tradition cost.
Tradition, yeah.
And they're not making as much unity as the other empires are. So they may have to go for more of a wide empire play than a tall empire play.
And that would make sense considering they have that slingshot.
Correct. Yes. And they have a lot of territory. Well, they have a lot of space.
They just finished their war. They've gained quite a bit of territory. Maybe that's why they only claimed the odd systems then in that war.
That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah.
They were the only ones they needed.
Because the penalty is very low for them in order to take it.
Yep. That makes sense. Also, I just received, if you right-click on an empire in the observer list, it will send you to them automatically.
Right.
To aid in your moving around.
Yeah,
I hadn't figured that out either.
It's been a while. I forgot to practice the observer mode.
I hadn't figured it out, so don't feel bad.
Let's see here.
Should we go back to Rambling Roots? Because
they still have zero.
They still have,
power.
yeah. And I'm amazed they haven't been declared war on.
I am as well. Normally the AI will take advantage of that very early on in the game. They don't have a defensive pact with anyone. They do actually, hold on. They have a guarantee of independence by the Forsaken. Normally I would have assumed that the Forsaken would have just simply tried to take them over.
Yeah.
But instead they actually have a guarantee of independence. So that's probably why they're still having no fleet power, because they don't need to. Also, if you do end up getting a guarantee of independence from another AI, and you start building ships, they will revoke that guarantee. They will start to see that or perceive it as a threat, and they will
or the fact that they don't need to guarantee you anymore. They're like, oh, you're doing great. So
that's true. That's true. The Holy Corellian Empire has 8.5 thousand right now.
Oh,
this advanced AI is going to be possibly problematic for all of our players right now. They have a huge fleet power, and since they are an empire, or the advanced spawn empire, I'm not quite certain what their prerogative is. They may try to gain more vassals, which means that the Jeff Empire may be in danger of becoming vassalized.
Oh no.
The Jeff Empire doesn't really have enough fleet power to defend against them, especially because I believe that these vassals would be called into the war as well. If this advanced empire really wanted to, they could just take Jeff and all the other surrounding empires.
I've noticed we have a player in leader of a federation.
Jeff is being bombarded right now. Who are they being bombarded by?
Oh, have we missed this?
They are being bombarded by the Conistian Free Warriors. Is that the Marauder Empire?
It sounds like
is there a Marauder Empire in here?
I'm trying to have a look. I'm trying to find them on the list. There's too many AIs to go through.
There are a lot of AIs.
What was it?
Let's see here. Including 4 fallen empires. It is the Conistian Free Warriors.
It does sound very... I cannot find them.
Tyrion is currently being bombarded. It is at 13% devastation. Fortunately for Jeff, it only has 3 population right now. But if it keeps being bombarded, eventually they will lose all their population, and then they will lose the planet.
That's not good.
Jeff has enough ships, he may actually be able to stop this, but he doesn't seem to be doing anything about it.
Maybe he doesn't care.
He might not. Jeff may not care at all.
We were just doing a quick update on the player empires and where we had space at. I did note that the Transport Guild, I don't know if it goes both ways, but you know the big empire, the Forsaken, who have guaranteed the independence of the Rambling Roots? They are rivaled with the Transport Guild, which I found very interesting.
Rivaled. Let's take a look at their relations right now. Forsaken is indeed rivaled. Now, the question is, who rivaled who first?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The Forsaken are not
they don't
necessarily very... Well, actually, no, I guess they are fairly close. I mean,
they're close, but they don't actually have hyperlanes that jump to each other.
No, or at least not that the players are aware of yet.
I don't think they do they? Yeah, no,
No,
even
the
if you go
atlas is the
on...
furthest point, but
Yes, it doesn't
sometimes you can see
connect.
where a star is, but not necessarily where it connects to.
True, true.
True. And to be fair, that's not necessarily the worst person to be rivaled with because, and actually in this case, I'm surprised that they're able to rival anybody because with how much fleet power they have, normally they can't rival people because the AI would not have been able to catch up like this.
Well, the Forsaken is 3.2k, so the Forsaken's actually a relatively large AI empire, which I think is one of the only reasons they've probably been able to. But I just find it interesting because they're a protectorate of Rambling Root, which could create a, you know, an interesting thing later on between the two empires.
In order to get to them, the Forsaken, they would have to go through the Rambling Route.
Yep.
I don't know how well that's going to go. The Rambling Route does have an independence guaranteed by the Forsaken still, right?
Yes. Yes, I checked that.
Okay. All right.
It has requested a Triple H update along with
Triple
a Jeff
H
update.
update?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at them. They currently have 5,000 fleet power and 1,700 score, but they are having a stability problem on one of their planets.
They've also got a Federation XP loss. They've got a... Yeah.
Is that because they recently added somebody? They are currently up to 4 party members. They were at 3 before in the war.
That is possible.
Let's see here.
Their cohesion's -20.
Yeah. They may have tried to pass a law that the group did not agree on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anytime you guys are in a federation with your friends and in voice, make sure you guys discuss as to what you guys want to have for laws before enacting them, because if you try to decide after it's already been put up to a vote and you decide against it, your cohesion is going to go down and you will all regret it.
You'd hope, unless somebody's actively
wow, look how much money, look how much energy credits the HHH Corporation is making just from their branch offices alone.
505? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Now
pretty peak.
I'm fairly certain. Now let me check here. Do they actually have a vassal yet? No, they don't. So we can't take a look at the new buildings, I don't think. Let's see if we look at one of the planets. If we could take a look at the new holdings. No, we can't take a look at the holdings.
Interesting.
Unfortunately. Unless, here, let's see here. Let's see if we could look at one of their allies' buildings and see if we can see their holdings there. Yes, we can. Okay, so in the new DLC, there is new holdings that they have added in the Overlord options. Now, unfortunately, we can't see what they are here because he is not an Overlord. But this is where the Overlord holdings would be. I wonder if we can find.
Keep an eye on this space.
Here. Is anybody? Actually, we could look at the. Oh wow! Hold on. What has happened here? The Transport Guild has taken some territory. Oh no, they left it. Okay, I thought that the Transport Guild had destroyed these outposts and were going to take them from their AI neighbor, the War Toys, but decided against it and let them expand.
Ooh, War Toys are now a protectorate. The Transport Guild have managed to make them a protectorate, interestingly.